Good morning. It's Monday, it's Monday, it's Monday, it's Monday, it's Monday. Hi, friends. How are you? We're here. We're very queer. What? I was a little bit rushing this morning. So the only requirement to come to class is getting out of bed, friends. That's right. We just show up. We just show up, and that's the most important part. Oh, happy Monday, friends. We're gonna get into a classic. Do I say classic too much? Strength set today. That means grab some heavy-ish medium weight if you have it. I'm gonna be rocking with the kettlebells today. I'll show you dumbbell options. But if you feel like you can't come play on strength day, grab the kitty litter, grab the bottle of laundry detergent. These are awesome options, and I never want you to feel like, oh, I've got to have just a corner full of fancy fitness stuff. Because I still think it's pretty hard to come by. I was on Craigslist this weekend and I was like, well, let's just see what's out there. People are selling dumbbells for like $100. It's too much. Don't pay that. That's goofy. That's bonkers. Bonkers? The mouth is waking up with the body, friends. Let's stick to moving this and less of this. I'm gonna come on down to the floor to start. But if you've got that weight, if you're ready to rock, get it out of the way and let's just come right on to the hands and the knees. If you've seen this one, played with this one, it's called a bird dog. So I just want knees right under the hips, wrists right under the shoulders, and it's your first brain challenge of the day to extend opposite arms. So I've got my right arm reaching out as long as I can, and my left heel, my toe is flexed, yes? Reaching as far away from the fingertips as possible. Set her down. Other side. It's a little bit of balance here. A little bit of brain fire. Good morning, friends. How are you? Hi. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, it's Monday and you made it to class. Hey, what's going on? Reaching just opposite arm and leg here. Again, they call this the bird dog. We like it. It gets the back side of the body fired up just a little bit. Maybe one more each side. Boom, boom. And dun, dun. Take her nice and slow. It just is a good old warm up of my favorites. But let's roll on to the back. Very similar idea. We're gonna stick with opposite arm and leg down for your brain. But on the back now, I am going to get into a dead bug. I do these in different ways, but I truly like just to hang out sometimes and flatten my hands and feet in the air. Maybe. But bodyweight style, warm-up style, I am going to extend all the way here. If this feels good for you, legs up and arms up. Again, we're gonna keep the toes flexed as opposed to point. When I say flex the toes back, that's what I mean. Opposite arm and leg now are just going to go long. So I'm keeping my left hand and my right leg in the sky. Strong breath, bring it back to center. Just swap it out nice and slow. See if you can keep the low back on the ground. That is the trick of this one. Bum, bum, bum. My goal for you is to fire up the core this morning. Hi, how are you, friends? What's going on? Still drinking the coffee? Not a problem. Throw me a comment there so I know you guys are hanging out. Again, just strong breath. Pull it back to center. We're working with opposite arm and leg. I know it's early to be using so much brain power, but you got it. Let's do 2 more each side. Nice and long. Nice and long. Oh yeah, oh yeah. 1 more of each. Or did I do extra? I'm never mad at extra, friends. Never mad at extra. Hi, good morning. What's going on in there, face place? Dun da da. I neglected to pull up my fancy 2nd screen and my 3rd screen and my 17th screens. How's it going? What you guys getting into in there? Let's see if I can pull you up on the, hey, oh, hi, Aaron. What's going on, buddy? Good morning, good morning. Let's get into one more little warm-up move before we get into the heavy stuff. Again, it's a strength day, so if you have a little bit of weight, if you have a little bit of cat food, if you have a little bit of laundry detergent, whatever sort of heavy object you've got, we're gonna play with it today. I'll show you some foundational stuff with my kettlebells, but always give you some options. Last move here, warm-up style on the floor. So if you're a person who has the sensitive wrists, take your time. Sometimes like a little this. If you're a keyboard jockey, a little bit of this, a little bit of this. Warming up the wrists. Never rush into such radical things, but we're gonna come back down to all fours here, and I'm gonna hover the knees off the ground. This may be hard to see, but there's maybe like a 1 inch, like a 1 inch, 2 inch. Imagine the back is super flat to the ground here. I sometimes joke, you could imagine you're sort of having a nice latte balanced on the back. That's the goal. We're gonna stick with the opposite hand and foot down. I want to see if you can just pick up opposite hand and toe. It's teeny tiny, super challenging though. Opposite hand and toe without letting the butt come super high up. Oh yeah, it's a little crazy. It's a little wild, but try it out here. Just trying to stay low to the ground. If this is too rowdy, put the knees on the ground. You can still get some value out of firing up, finding that balance from the core. Yes, maybe 1 more each side. Yeah. Oh, we like it. Oh, we like it. It's extra hard to do when you're talking a lot. Good morning, friends. How are you? Drop me a line in there. Let me know what you're up to. Let me know what kind of weights you're working with if you're here live on this broadcast. But I'm gonna get into our first move. So I like to start Mondays very often on the floor. It just seems like a nice gentle ease into the week. So this first move, there are so many very aggressive things named in strength training. They call it a skull crusher. What I really love about this skull crusher is the ability to actually focus on the abs. It's primarily a tricep move, which is a smaller muscle group. No big deal. It's sort of like working the triceps. To me, it feels like sort of an accessory, a bracelet, if you will. But what I love about the skull crusher is the ability to get the abs involved just because of the lever. So what I want here is to place my weight directly overhead. If you're standing and you're coming down to the ground, be so careful not to bonk yourself. It's very dangerous. Have it away and then bring it close into the skull. But the keys here are that my elbows are gonna stay pointing to the sky the whole time. And the ab piece that I keep jibber-jabbering about is that I wanna lock that belly button down. There's a tiny tuck in my hips. If you can see this, belly button down, elbows to the sky. I'm just gonna grab my weight, whether you have a dumbbell or a kettlebell or a bottle of detergent does not matter. I'm just gonna focus on keeping the elbows right where they are. Extend that weight overhead and see if you can hold on to the core tuck here. Core store, fantastic. I've got a goofy number of, or not a goofy number of sets, just a funny number today. I want you to go for 7. What? 7, it's not 8, but it's more than 6. And maybe one more here for yours truly. Oh yeah, did you feel that, you guys? A little bit in this abdominal region. Good morning. Hi, face place. Sometimes it lets me see who's in there, but friends, so that is what they call the skull crusher. Please don't actually crush your skulls. And then let's get into, if you've got that weight, I'm gonna stick with, I'm gonna show you a bunch of single bell stuff today. So classic deadlift, I will almost always throw this in a strength training session. We're gonna line, if you have kettlebell, I'm gonna always line the arches of the feet up with the handle of the bell. So as opposed to a squat where my knees come forward, these knees are gonna stay back. I'm gonna keep the booty back. And then as I hinge down from the hips, arms stay long, drive through the heels, just come all the way up to standing. Gonna use a nice strong breath. If you have dumbbells as opposed to kettlebell, you're probably in your hinge not going to reach all the way to the floor. So I would start in that tall position. Just hinge back as far as you can without rounding the chest forward. So I may be only coming until the bells are about mid-calf. And then same idea, strong breath, back up to standing. Yield, good deadlift. Again, the crazy number today is 7. What? 7, yes, that is your goal. Whether you've got some dumbbells, the cat food, the actual cat, or a good old kettlebell here with a nice handle. Let's really lock out the hips. 7 times. Coming up to standing. So nice. So nice. We love the deadlifts. We love them lots, very much. Fantastic. So we've got the skull crusher, the deadlift. The next piece I want to talk about is the clean. Clean just meaning getting the weight up to the chest area. And with all strength training things, I have so much more control if I keep it close to the body. So without clipping yourself, we're gonna try and smoothly bring that weight straight up the body and tuck it in. So at the top of my clean, whether I'm doing a one-handed clean or a two-handed clean, I wanna make sure the elbows are in by my sides and I'm standing up with a nice tall posture. You can get a little bit of arm, but I want you to primarily think about this being a leg move. So I'm going to show you two-handed clean with a kettlebell, and then I'll show you dumbbell options. But if you know what you're doing, 7 is the number. If you're really fancy and you've got a one-arm clean, get 7 and 7, because why not? Because you've got time because it's Monday and you showed up. Thank you very much. So straight up the body. With the kettlebell, I've got to slide the hands around to the horns. So the hands will start on the top of the handle, like yay, and then as I power up with the legs, they just slide around to the horns. Yes, bam! That's the single bell kettlebell version. Bum, bum. With a dumbbell, I would say you can either start from that same deadlift position, sort of like hanging here, and then pop it up until my bells are about at the collarbone. But see how the weight is stacked directly over the elbow there? So again, I would hang it down and then pop it up. The elbows really snap under, but I'm still close by the body, right? It's not up here, it's not out here. I'm in by the body, I've got more control. The number is 7, friends. Let's knock it out. I'm gonna stick with my single bell cleaning. Oh, it's good. It's kind of one of those moves that you can gloss over as a transition, but by itself, it's still really superb. One more. Ra, ra. Did you get 7 there? Fantastic. I wish I had my detergent to demo the awkward object version, but hopefully that all makes sense this morning. Making sense? Yes, yes. Okay, so moving along, we've done 7s, we've done 7s. I want to get into a swing. So, a classic kettlebell swing. If you know this, the reason we are doing 7s is because I want to do a multiple of 21, or rather 21 being a multiple of 7. So if you know what the kettlebell swing is, get after it. 21 swings is the prescription this morning. 2, 1, or 20 plus 1. But if you don't know what a kettlebell swing is, let me break it down for you. It is that deadlift hip hinge, right? So I'm here, and as I send the hips forward, I'm just gonna let the weight float up. So if I had some dumbbells, let's say we're trying this out with the dumbbells the first time, I'm going to send the weight back and then let the hands just float forward with the power of that hip hinge, yes? So that's 2 fairly light weights on the outside. But if you've got a big puppy, a big kettlebell, I've got to start out from the ground here and set up these hips, hinging back. I'm going to actually send the weight all the way between my hips, or between the legs. It's usually further back than you think. Again, the number is 21. Throw me a question in the comments and just let me know where you're at with the swing. If you want me to break it down further, I am always happy to. But I know some of y'all know this good old-fashioned swing. We're gonna get 21. There's 4, 5, 6, yes, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, I'm just letting the bell float down. That's sort of the place where I've got to be the most patient. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1. Park it safely. Oh, very nice. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. How you guys feeling in there? Yeah, fantastic. So, I'm gonna come back down to the floor. I've got one more crazy move to add into our stack. So let's start back with that skull crusher from the top. So I'm on the floor, I'm focusing on keeping my core glued to the ground. Again, don't bump your head as you get into this one. But elbows to the sky, lock it down with the core, and extend that weight overhead 7 times. We've got 2, bam, 3, so good, 4, 5, the 6, and 7. Yes, very nice, very, very nice. Yes, yes, rocking it out Monday. I love it, so good. All right, coming back into that deadlift. And again, you're always gonna be a little bit stronger in your deadlift. So if you had 2 weights, I would grab the heavier of them, but I'm still gonna keep my attention on the core, right? The core is what's gonna protect my low back. If you've ever had low back stuff, you know strong core bracing on the front is actually gonna protect the opposite side. Let's go 7 here, standing up nice and tall. Again, arms just stay long on this one. The number is 7, 4, 5, the 6, and 7. Yes, set her down there. Looking good, looking great, friends. Ba-bam. All right, so here's my extra move before we get back into the clean, because we love the clean. I wanna do one combo move. It's a row and a curl. So we're gonna get a little bit of back muscles, a little bit of gun show. That's not a technical term. So with the kettlebell on this one, I'm gonna do somewhat of an unconventional grip. I'm gonna grab the horns and actually be pulling it. This is a single bell move, but grabbing the horn. So I'm gonna have it pretty close to me to start, maybe tip it towards me a bit, and then I'm gonna actually hold on to its little ears and come up to standing. So from here, I'm gonna go back into that hip hinge long. My arms are long. I'm just letting it hang here. And now both elbows come straight back in a row. Arms go long again. I'm gonna come back up to standing. And now I'm gonna bicep curl up to the chest. Slowly uncurl, back into that hip hinge, and row it into the body. So you're gonna alternate between that row and that bicep curl. If you are, my dumbbells peoples, hip hinge, row yay. Arms go long, stand tall, hammer curl, up to the top, back into that hinge, row it one time. Take this nice and slow, really pinch the shoulders together at the top of that row. But we're alternating between those two moves, 7 of each, friends. And then I'll give you a little icing at the end. But take this one nice and slow. I'm gonna hinge to start. Row the elbows right back by the rib cage. Arms go long, come to standing, bicep curl. Try not to let the weight move you. Hinge back into that row position. But bam, there's 2. Stand it tall, bicep curl. You got this. Find a little rhythm here. Slow is the name of the game. I'm locking out the hips, solid in the core, even squeezing that butt as I curl up this weight. Whew. This is a pretty light kettlebell, and bicep curling it, even with both hands, is pretty intense here. I think I've got 4-ish. Yes, we're sticking with the number 7, but when you get to number 7, I've got some icing for you. There's 5. Stand tall, curl it up, slowly uncurl, hip hinge, row for the 6th time. Stand up, curl it in. One more of each. Again, I'm hinging into it. Elbows straight back and stand, curl. All right, here's your icing. If you're with me, I'm gonna hold the top of this row for 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4. Pinch those shoulders together. 2, 1. Arms go long. Come back up to standing and curl it in, holding for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly uncurl with control and set the weight all the way down. Woo! Just a little, I call that a isometric, holding it at the end there. So anytime you're gonna hold like that, you can just really mentally focus on firing the muscles that are working. In a curl, it's your bicep. In a row, we're really trying to get into your lats, these big, strong muscles that run down the sides of your back, friends. Okay, we got the row and the curl. So now let's go back to that two-handed clean. Again, my hands are gonna slide around the horns, ba-da-ba. If you got those dumbbells, pop it up, stack the weight over the elbows. But kettlebell style, 7 times, just 7, what could go wrong? Straight up the body. Try to make it fluid. I'm going for 7, 3 down. 4, driving through the heels here. 5, lay 6, and 7. Sit her down, nice and controlled. Make a sense? Again, you guys can always ask me questions. Happy to clarify if I'm rolling too fast. But friends, we're back to that swing party. 21 swings. Pa-pa. Yes? Yes? Okay. I'm gonna get into this. Don't forget to drink water, friends. Especially trembling for 20 minutes straight. Okay. Again, the hardest part of the swing, if you've not swung before, is being so patient, waiting for that bell to come down with gravity. I'm just focused on keeping the hips locked out and the rib cage down as I wait for the bell to come back down. I really don't hinge back until my upper arm makes contact with the rib cage, and then I pop back really fast. If that makes sense. It's hard to show in slow motion because we're just working with gravity, but let's knock it out here. 21 swings, bam, 2, 3, awesome, 4, 5, 6, using the breath, pulling up the kneecaps here. I believe that's 10, 11, 12, 13, awesome, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, get that extra credit, 21. Safely parking the weights. Very nice, friends. We've done 2 rounds. You got one more in you, one more of everything. And then I got one little tiny dusting of something special for the finish. Oh, but let's come down to the floor. Again, grab some water if you need that hydration. Starting with ye old skull crusher. It gets into the core. That's why we like it. Lock it in and keep those elbows high. Check in with the belly button. Ooh, yeah, nice. And extend her all the way overhead for 7. Here's 2. Oh yeah, 3, 4, lift 5, 6, and 7. So good. So good. Dead lift. Again, if you have the option of a heavier bell and you're feeling confident, our deadlift is one of our strongest positions. We're just gonna knock out this 7. Nobody's business. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Awesome. Settle down safely. Let's get into that crazy row and curl. So again, it's 7 of each, and then I'm gonna do an isometric hold for 7 seconds in the top of the row and the top of the hammer curl. You're welcome to hit those dumbbells, but I'm gonna stick kettlebell style because it's Monday, because we're going strengthy. Yes, they are my friends. All right, so again, my hands are over. This is unconventional, but hands are over, grabbing the horns to start. And I'm gonna come up to standing just to get right into that first hinge long. Again, I don't wanna arch the back. I don't wanna round the back. I want a neutral spine here, core engaged. Pull the elbows back, let the arms go long. Stand up, squeeze the butt, and hammer, curl, uncurl, hinge long. Elbows in by my sides, arms long, stand up, butt squeezing for that hit, curl, and back into it. Row 1 time, squeeze the butt, curl 1 time. 3 down, going for 7. Hinge and row, stand and curl. Bam, hinge and row, stand and curl. We've got 2 more, then we're gonna hold each position for 7 seconds. Here's that curl, so nice. Hinge it long, elbows in, bum, bum, stand and curl. All right, here's your iso hold. Elbows back for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms go long. Stand up and hold that curl. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly uncurl and bring it back to the floor. Nice and safe. Nice work, friends. in there. Hi. Okay, we've just got our final set of cleans and swings. Clean it and swing it. Yes, yes, this is what we love to do. All right, friends, so I'm gonna pick up my big boy, but you're welcome to stay on that lighter weight if you're still working on that sweet clean position. Again, dumbbell style is a little bit different. I'm gonna be in this hang and then try and pop it up. But I never wanna have the weight where my back is at, where my chest is actually below the hips. I would only start from about yay, so I'm nice and supported, and then drive the legs, stack the weight right over the elbow, deadlift style, or not deadlift style, kettlebell style. We're bringing it straight up the body 7 times, but bam, 2, it's your last round, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, yes, final set, 21 swings. 21 swings. You ready for this? You ready for this? Let's knock it out. Knocking it out on a Monday. Feels good. Feels great. All right, here we goes. Here we goes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. 8. I almost forgot how many I was doing. 10, 12, 13, 14, so good. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 1. Parker, nice and safe. Holy Monday. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh friends, we love a strengthy Monday. Even when we go slow, we still get that heart rate up. This is what we love about the weights. Yes. Okay, so I promised you I have one tiny sprinkle of a finish here for you. And then I will let you about your week, but let's clear some of these toys out of the way. If you're up for a little bit of jumping, just catching some air fills me with joy. And so we're gonna catch some air and do a 180 squat. If you are watching your impact on your knees, or you got that plantar fasciitis, I know it can be rough, and sometimes jumping is not the best. So you're welcome to stay on the floor and just spin it, but I'll show you both options, because I'm a nice guy. So 180 jumps would be yay, yay. If you are not jumping, pivot. Pivot on that foot, but what I will say is, if you go in a circle, you'll make yourself dizzy. So avoid that dizziness. I like to go to one direction and then the other. It also balances out. Ye old legas. But let's stick with that crazy number, 21. Are you up for this? This is your last move, your final challenge of the workout. Here we go, 21, 180 squats. Again, you can pivot it or you can hop it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. Oh. Yeah, you did it. You did it, Monday. Congratulations. Way to show up for yourself. Friends, it's getting hot. It's getting hot here in Santa Fe. If you need to take this workout outside today, I fully support it. Also, just walking, like, right? People sort of think they have to go crazy hard to benefit the body. But if you're just getting started and just trying to take that first baby step, go for a walk. The cortisol lowering effect of going for a walk is so beneficial, and it's so good for you. There's not, you know, there's not like a, there's not a wrong way. There's not a wrong way to start your week. Just moving the body where you can is fantastic. I celebrate you. If you have any questions about what we covered today, please send me a message. And I love you all very much. We'll be here on Wednesday. So the schedule has really been like Monday is strengthy, Wednesday is resistance bands if you got something stretchy. And then Friday we're back on intervals, which is almost always a riot. Stay well, friends, and I'll see you next time. Bye.